The matter today no go easy. The discussion today not be na small one. No. The story for today, it go strong. Una can hear better story. Make Dion Ngute can hear better story. Make Dion Ngute can hear the story with you. The matter today not be na small one. No. The story for today, not be na small one. No. Una come here, wait till it happen. No. Ambazonia get a message for Dion Ngute. The Ambazonian people, they get a message for Joseph Dion Ngute. Make Dion Ngute can hear wait till Ambazonia want tell you. Make Dion Ngute can hear the response where Ambazonia the give you. Now the don't blink generation this. Fire day. Today we go join the fire. Today we will put fire for Dion Ngute. We will put fire for La Republique. Yes. Fire day. And the story for today. Make no man miss her. Because today, when I go hear what you never hear them before. Because not only for year. We talk that kind of story. Not only for this place. When I go hear what you never hear them before. And as you come in, make you prepare yourself. Because today, fire will be. The fire go strong. Dion Ngute. Dion Ngute say Ambazonia do how? Make can hear. Petit frère. Boy, you say what he? All right. Oh, yes. Make Dion Ngute, the poor boy, small boy slave. Ambazonia get a message for you today. I salute all una, the great people of Ambazonia. I salute all una, the beautiful Ambazonian people them. I salute all una, wa papa them and wa mami them. I salute all una, wa fine Ambazonian picking them. For all our defense forces them. For all our commanders them. For the great heroes. The warriors. The rebels. We did not stand up for this generation. For all our generals. Akoruna Cafe. Over 2 weeks ago, the Cameroon colonial prime minister, he don't go do propaganda. And so today one can put it for a place. One put Dion Ngute and the Cameroon colonial president for their place. One tell them what they up. One tell them what it will be about. One tell them say, the message I get for Dion Ngute today, it go peace for a draws. The message today, it go make Joseph Dion Ngute, poor Biya is small boy, it go peace for a draws. So all my the place there, when I come well, when I come fine. Before we do anything, we go for that place. Before we start our conversation for today, make a first of all a salute all our mami them. A salute today na country Sunday. So I want to take the time for honor all our mami them and all our papa them, for honor all Ambazonians across the 13 states. For this day where they don't take them for every Monday, for observe the National Liberation Ghost Town, for show their collective resistance Now make we get into the business because I know say plenty people that they talk say they say no PS take me to the point, take me to the point. No, you make my skin shake. you give me anxiety. Take me to the point. I will take you to the point. Before I take one for the message for Joseph Dion Ngute, yesterday, the leader of our War of Independence, the president of Ambazonia Governing Council, Dr. Cholo Kasayaba, he addressed the Ambazonian people then. He put out a Sunday message where they call and say messages of reflection. Now, message is a way to give Ambazonia, they made it think and for update them about what did happen, place with the day, and for give our people them the psychology of the liberation. So yesterday, he put out a message where he talks say, make we remember all the people them, where Paul Biya killed them for Legnos. And he talks to make the Ambazonian people, they know say, Ambazonia will hold Cameroon accountable at the right time, at the right moment. For all the people who don't kill them, for all the massacres them, and for all the destruction them, where they continue for Kosa, for our land. The leader talks say, make Cameroon know say, accountability will be, and justice, it will be before anything else between Ambazonia and Cameroon. The leader continued with the message for talk say he want to congratulate what forces them for the fight that they put on for the independence will be declared and it be defended. And for talk say independence means independence. The leader talk say one salute what forces them for Bui for the mission where they carry on against the Cameroon Gendarmerie Brigade. Along the actions where they also carry on along the Donga Mantu and Bui road along Jakiri. The leader Toxi once also salute the forces them for the Bamida Brigade for the same action with the carry on, and also the forces, the Ambazonia Defense Forces for FACO, and the forces where they call them say Mountain Lions, the independent loose forces where they call them say Mountain Lions, for the joint operation with the carry on, for inside FACO, for enforce the no la Republic license plate ban for inside our territory. The leader salute the ADF and the Mountain Lions for the collaboration and the cooperation for enforce liberation policies. Now when the leader continue for talk say, they say the forces them for Kumba, he not forget them. He talk say, he encourage all the forces them, make them continue for find ways and other methods where go help them for collaborate, for work together, for fight together, and for focus, for liberate land. And for the way they feel live together, they live together and respect each other. The leader talks say make the forces, they keep politics aside, and they be as forces where they focus for the national liberation. Now when the leader talks say, they say, make all man know say, they say, all the Koniwe people, they don't use them. For try for dominate the Ambazonian people them. And talk saying that they must be ahead. And if not be them, no one else. Make what people they know say since 1995, any group of persons, any person or group of persons, we the one always try for be saying that them they must be number one. They no one work with other people them. But not only them, if not be at them, there's nobody else. Make all we know say since 1995, all those type of experiments, they don't always fail. And so the leader, he talk say all those kind things them, where they be na team for play, not be a true team for liberate our people them, make we know say all those things them, they don't always fail. And the only thing with those things they cause them, they cause na the delay for the liberation of the people them and the independence of Amazonia. That's so the leader he talk am. Now when the leader talks, they say, all we must put hard work before anything else. We must build na things in way they be honest, they be truthful, and the one the way they not they na for say it will make me I feel good, and it make me all man know say na me are there for front. The leader continue for talk say they say make all man who dey fight na for himself, na for the money we get for make and for this liberation, na for exploit the liberation. The leader talks say make all we put those kind of things aside and make we know say those things they get consequences to the liberation and to the people them. The leader talks say under a leadership, the Amazonian people them, they no go blink. The Amazonian people them, they no go compromise. The Amazonian people them, they no go give even 1 inch of anything to la Republic du Cameroon. The only thing where our people, they ask them, they rise up, they ask for the full independence. And the leader called on the Cameroon colonial state for release Comrade Abdul Karim. And it talks say they say Cameroon must understand say their actions of terrorism for Amazonia, their actions for the kidnap the Amazonian people them, their actions of massacre, it only intensify the Amazonian resistance and the Amazonian nationalism. And it talks say Cameroon must know say they say the time don't come for them to leave our land. This generation, it go guarantee say everything Cameroon for Amazonia must come to an end. And Cameroon must go back for honor the borders where they be give them for the 1st of January 1960. Okay? Now the leader continue for talk say they say, all we will go for resist the enemy every single day, and all we must master how the enemy it use them for occupy people them. He talks in number 1, occupation it is start. Now when the occupier it build an army and it use that army for create the environment where the occupier if it govern the occupied people them. And those people them they come in the form of governors, where the occupier they appoint them, they come in the form of DOs, they come in the form of fake mayors, fake parliamentarians, fake senators, and now all these people them, the occupier, they create them for give the occupier legitimacy for govern the occupied people them. That's what the leader he talk and say that's so occupation they start. It talks say after they don't do that one, then they go create police, then they create gendarmes for put fear for people their heart, and then for use them for protect those fake people the way that they give them legitimacy. And then they go create things like number plate for force the occupied people them for start to use the occupation system. They impose taxes. It talks in as occupation work. Now we talk say they say now those things them it give the occupier power for govern the occupied people them. It talks a liberation they start when every person rise up against the occupation, then it go move for the state of revolution. When people they like traitors, enablers, and collaborators of the occupation system them, they catch them, they hang them for street, they catch them, they eliminate all them. Now so liberation it is start. After all man rise up, the second phase of the liberation struggle, Now the first way, the people then when they under occupation, they know say they use na traitors, enablers, collaborators for keep them under occupation. The occupied people they must rise up for go against enablers, against traitors, where the occupier they can't they use them for keep them under occupation. Now so the leader he take a talk. Then it go move past that stage. It go now for the stage for actual liberation. That means say now the first way we did now. We did now for the face of actual liberation. And the first way forces they target the occupation military. When that military they use them for gain political legitimacy because they use that military for protect the political occupation institution. Now the first we did it now for go after their military, for go after their colonial mayors, for challenge them every single part and any place where they inside Amazonia. So the leader talks say that the place that way we did it now and the liberation struggle, it also means say we target both the military occupation and the civilian administrative occupation. All right. So the message it be a little bit longer, but make a leave on for day so that I know over stretch go too far. Now, about 2 weeks ago, the Cameroon colonial prime minister, he come for outside, or most of una listen for those things. He go for Equinox, he go for Massa Ambassador a program, and he call us in a debate. And he go for go do propaganda on behalf of the colonial state. And Mr. Dion Ngute, the most interesting thing with Dion Ngute talking. Now two things we talking. He talks say things they don't come back for normal and peace don't return. So as a person who is specialized for psychology and psychology communication and persuasion, and as a person who don't study the art of propaganda for a very long time, I listen for these things and I laugh. And I ask myself, say, imagine, say, a country don't occupy another country, like in our case. And then you go expect, when some person they call it, say, a colonial prime minister, where you come up from the occupied territory, where they don't take it, they convert it into a traitor, for betray your own people then, for be against your own people then, against the people, the place where you come out, for be against the place where you come out, for be against the territory where you come out there. And now it is defend the interest of a foreign genocidal government. And I ask myself, say, this man not be go school, and they call it doctor, right? They call it Doctor Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Ngute, right? That's what they call it. And I say, okay, wait to be peace. Cameroon, they talk about peace, peace, peace. They want peace. They want peace. What is peace? The doctor not tell you what to be peace. What to be peace? When Dion Ngute began talk for una, for pidgin, as we don't hold all them for their canas, we know them again. As we don't make all them they understand, say the value of our people there. It be more important past any other thing. It be more important past a person in position, a person in colonial title, a person in chieftaincy. The lives of our people them, they be more important past any other thing. So when Dion Ngute talk about peace, where to be peace, I want to ask you, Cameroon a peaceful country? Cameroon not be a peaceful country Any country will be ruled by gangsters. Dion Ngute is a gangster. Biya is a gangster. Atanganji is a gangster. Any person who work for La République du Cameroon, an official for La République du Cameroon, na a gangster. Okala Bila na a gangster. Lele l'Afrique na a gangster. These people, them na gangster. Na a bunch of gangs. Biya na a gangster. Na a gang. The Cameroon colonial state na a gang. Cameroon no be a peaceful country. Cameroon no know what they call say peace. Cameroon a country we don't always live for tension. People they live under tension, high tension. It is like electric cable with it spark, it is 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 spark. All man knows say place the hot. There is no peace in Cameroon. Cameroon never know peace. So I don't know how in a state of a war would they declare among people them. The people they can't talk say, they want me peace come back. Peace never exists. But people need to ask for peace. The Amazonian people never ever ask for peace. Now, when be the last time Amazonians they come off outside, say what they want and a peace? When? There is no conference since 1961 where Amazonia they come up, they see the key resolution for the people's aspiration of peace. When? What is peace? Peace now for die people then. Peace now for animals. Peace na propaganda word. It means nothing. Now when you don't hear any president for America or during America presidential election, they come. The person talks say, wait, I want to offer the American people, I want to offer them peace. When? When you don't hear for Britain, they try to do parliamentary elections, and then who will become the next prime minister for Britain. When you don't hear say the person, the agenda, now forgive the British people and peace. When? I want to just ask you now. I want to just ask the person who stay be doctor. When? Now when I don't hear for Canada, the federal election day, any political party say their main aim for run for the federal election, now forgive the people and peace. When? When for Australia, there is no country in the world where the agenda for that country, the primary aim for that country, now say make the people they get peace. Peace now for dead people. Peace now for animals. A human being want dignity. The primary aspiration of a human being, not be to forget peace. That's why when a person die, they always write them rest in perfect peace. When you don't always write some person letter with their life, you tell me rest in perfect peace. Peace not for die people there. So why some person, if he care about you, anyone can give you na for na the thing where they give that people them. You don't ever ask yourself why? If you think that Dion Ngute like you, if Dion Ngute like you, the Amazonian people then, first of all, it be a traitor, so he not like you. The mood doctor say if he be like you. If Dion Ngute be like you, Dion Ngute not forever can offer you peace. Because peace not for die people then. That's that the peace, that the right and for every burying ground, for every tombstone, the rest have said rest in perfect peace. There's no human being where they tell you say rest in perfect peace. Perfect peace now for die people there. Peace now the gift to the death. Peace now a gift to the dead. That the thing that way the colonial state want offer you now an illusion. Now a propaganda. A person will be alive. He want life. He want life. Human being that they aspire for progress. Human being that they aspire for development. Human being that they aspire for experience joy, expansion, for increase their quality of life, for one better life for their picking them, for one better life for their big mommy them, for one better health care for their big mommy them, for their communities, better drinking water, better roads, better hospitals, better communities. They want better education. They want development. They want rights. They want system of government will be progressive. Now, it's not human beings they want them. So why you think say Cameroon they can't offer una peace? Because they consider Ambazonia as dead people. They consider we like dead people. That's why their own, which they can't offer our people then a peace. And not justice. And not human rights. And not self-governance. And not progress and not development. So when I get to understand this game, peace not for die people then. A person will be alive. He want life. You want hope. You want hope for yourself. You want hope for say you will get a better tomorrow than today. You want opportunities. You want an environment will be conducive for progress. An environment where your hard work if it yield results. Now the thing that I want them, there is no human being will go woke up for morning time and say I want to be peaceful. Every human being when he woke up, he find out ways for make his life better, ways for make his family life better, ways for make it begin their lives better, ways for give a better quality of life, and for offer something better for their people there. Now the thing that human beings that they aspire for. When we hear all these empty noise people them, na propaganda that they offer una, all what they tell una, that's how they give you the gift of the dead. What it be normalcy? Say they want to make things they return to normalcy. What is normalcy? Now how things they be there where they want to make they go back to normal? I want to ask you, how things they be there when now they want to make they go back to normal? And now wait to be there, we get for go back to the way it's supposed to be for normal. Ambazonia, there is nothing that has been normal in Ambazonia. Cameroon don't take the Ambazonian territory and turn it into hell. So they want to make you go back for live for hellfire. Make you go back when a gendarme come inside your house, arrest your papa, rape your mommy, rape your pidgin. A beefy come inside your house, shoot your pregnant woman, and then carry yourself go lock up. A Cameroon colonial mayor, if he come for your business, close your shop and render you hopeless. They call and say return to normalcy. So you will live for the rest of your life. Una no get drinking water, una no get lights, una no get roads, and they want to make you return to normalcy. If that one a normalcy for La République du Cameroon, not be normalcy for Ambazonia. There is no return to normalcy. There is independence, freedom, and sovereignty. There's no return to the status quo. Normalcy may return to the status quo under the occupied state. A return to normalcy, now a return to Cameroon dominance and governance over the Ambazonian people. Then. A return to normalcy, now a return to poverty. Now a return to human rights abuses. Now a return to atrocities. A return to Cameroon, return to normalcy. Now a return to Cameroon state-sponsored terrorism. Now a return to displacement. Now a return to massive human rights abuses. Now a return to impunity. Now a return to massacres. Cameroon return to normalcy. Cameroon gospel of the return to normalcy. Now a gospel to return to hopelessness. Now a gospel to return into darkness. When Joseph Dion Ngute be talking. So when did he use these hypnotic words? When did he use these vague vague words? When did he use these hypnotic words? These abstractive words like peace and a return to normalcy? Like propaganda and manipulation. And I think this is what I want to make Joseph Dion Ngute know. Ambazonia need to ask for peace. And Ambazonia need to ask for a return to any normalcy. Because peace is for die people then. A return to normalcy. And a return to Cameroon dominance and governance. And a return for we for accept for be slaves. I get bad news for Dion Ngute. The generation of the Ayabacho look at this. And the generation of General F and this. And the generation of General No pity this. And the generation this of the bravest people, the one they don't ever leave. Will be very smart, will be very intelligent. There will be no manipulation of our people then. There's nobody, whether an internal enabler or an external enemy, will be able to manipulate the Ambazonian people. As long as we live, as long as we breathe, as long as we represent and carry the hopes, the wishes, the aspirations of our people, as long as we embody what our people that they ask for, we will always stand for defend them. Whether not for air, for land, for sea, whether not for daytime or for night. We go always stand for catch La République du Cameroon, their propaganda, and all the propagandas of their agents. And we go expose them, we go open them up, we go tear the envelope, open them, we go catch them all, bring them for una, and then deliver them for the best possible way for una. Make una understand the game. This is a political game over your mind. Now a game over your mind. That's why we take the time for offer this kind of quality education. This kind of high level psychological education. for protect your mind from being contaminated with propaganda and false hope and emptiness. What you ask for, that something will be eternal, that something will be everlasting, that something will, even before the one born you, their spirit be done the ask for it. You want progress, you never get them. You want hope, you never get them. You get dreams, you get things in. God born you with dreams. The person where God born you make you be, you never be. For most of my friends, my classmates, those who leave behind. Today, some of them, they're supposed to be the astronauts. Some of them are then supposed to be the scientists, where they will help we tap internet directly from space. Some of them are then supposed to be create drugs, manufacture drugs, where they will cure AIDS, cure all types of cancer. Some of them are then supposed to be scientists for agriculture, for help you increase our productivity and be a nation where they feed the rest of the world. Even though they do them now, we will not get those technologies. Some of them, they're supposed to be now scientists and for give our people them the highest quality of drinking water. All those things, they don't be squashed by the occupation system. Generations, they don't live, they're not fit for fulfill their dreams because of the manipulation and the propaganda of traitors and enablers like Dion Ngute, like the Atangaji, like the Regina Mundi, like the Nijong Fundis. So I need to understand again. I come today for give you this clarity, for give you this insight, as you do them always, from the Ambazonia Governing Council, on a national liberation movement, the only true nationalist movement from Ambazonia. And you only get this kind of quality education from a nationalist movement and a nationalist official for una. Because una mean so much for we as we mean so much for una. Our goal as vanguards, not only for protect the liberation, but for ensure the freedom of our people then, and for set up a government we go reflect everything we our people that need for be. For ensure say every single Ambazonian picking, whether it is for Yellow, or it is for Kajifo, or it is for Daddy, or it is for Ebeko, or it is for Eshobi, or it is for Eyang, or it is for Bacho, or it is for Bisonabang, or it is for Koyo, or it is for Imojo, or for Bokem German, or it is for Beteme, or for Bakem, or for Ebinsi, or it is for Bache, or for Kesham. Any place, or you did for Kwakwa, you get hope. Wait God don't put them for your heart, for the reason why they born you, and wait God want make you be, is still there inside. You could live that dream. Your papa they will be happy, your mommy they will be happy. Would they very close? But we need to know the game. Anytime Anytime you hear Cameroon call the word peace, now because you don't consider it as a human being. Anytime the international community talks say they want to make peace return, now because they don't consider it as a human being. Because they need to tell Americans about peace. They need to tell the French about peace. They need to tell the Brits about peace. They need to tell me and we as Canadians about peace. They need to tell the Australians about peace. All you hear for these other places, now development, a better quality of life. You hear now rights, and more assistance. You hear now improvement. The goal of a government now for constantly improve the people, their quality of life. Okay? So if you get a terrorist state and they can't tell you about peace now for die people there. Peace now gift to the death. Similar good rest. Human beings, they want progress. They want development. They want advancement. They want happy. They want happiness. They want joy. They want an environment will be prosperous. They want opportunities for them to fulfill their potential and their purpose for existence. Life is a sweet adventure. You get peace? The human mind, it thinks more than 100,000 thoughts a day. So you tell me it's in a state of peace that? Okay? Every single second, your brain the process about 4 billion pieces of information. Now instead of peace that? Now constant charging because the brain will look for how to move forward. If you want peace, go die. Peace is the meaning of death. No human being will be alive. He woke up for morning and say, I want to be peaceful. Come on. People that woke up for morning time. Now for see how hard they feel work. What will be the next dream? What will be the next opportunity? What will be the next adventure? What will be the next move? Alright? What will be the next thing we feel creator? What I feel learn them, I feel study them, I feel practice them, I feel train myself to become. For be the better and the best of who I feel be. In the image and the glory of how God don't make me. For the best of you. And which you feel offer them for your family. So that if you be a positive example. For your friends, for your family, for your friends, for your community and for your country. We'll be Ambazonians. Our people want freedom. Our people, they want dignity. Our people, they want rights. Our people, they want a state who will develop, take our natural resources then, and give our people them the highest quality of life for this world. So, some people they say that I said PS, but Dion Ngute come out. Dion Ngute na Ambazonia now. Dion Ngute na one of we now. Dion Ngute na one of we now. No, Dion Ngute not be one of we. Dion Ngute not be one of we. A traitor is not one of we. Once a traitor don't join the enemy, it not be one of you. Because now they kill you. Now Dion Ngute they give the Cameroon colonial soldiers them the orders for burn houses for Ambazonia. So it's not one of you. Now they give orders and helephobia and give legitimacy to the occupation territory state for cause terrorism for Ambazonia. Dion Ngute na a wanted criminal. Dion Ngute na a murderer. Dion Ngute na an arsonist.
All the villages where they don't born of Ambazonia. Now Dion Ngute be responsible for them. The more than 30,000 people they don't kill of Ambazonia. Now Dion Ngute be responsible. Now Dion Ngute and all those people then, where they use those traitors, those enablers, those criminals, then they be responsible because they give legitimacy to the occupation state. The Nijon Frundis, now them be responsible for the 30,000 deaths of Ambazonian children, women, mothers, fathers, and grandparents, and young men. Now all them Nijon Frundi, the Dion Ngutes, the Atanganji Paul, the Regina Mundis, now them they be responsible. The destruction of Ambazonia, the destruction of Ambazonian properties and the Ambazonian businesses, the destruction of the Ambazonian state. Now these people, they cause them. Probably the use now them for commit those crimes for Ambazonia. So they not be one of you. Any place where you tell say, like the other day, I hear some big brother for America. I call it big brother out of respect because I get a lot of respect for people them. Even though I get disagree in policies and opinion, but hey, in the interview, DDC Capo Daniel, and then he asked Capo Daniel, say, but Atanga Jina one of we know. Now imagine, and the thing is simply funny me. Just imagine a person where these people they call themselves say the Southern Cameroonians because they fear the wet Ambazonia. These unionists and Fumba Knights, when the way they call themselves we are Southern Cameroonians, okay? These people they call themselves restorationists. I don't know which one is them, but so this person interviewed Capo Daniel for their platform there for YouTube, and he talked with Capo Daniel said, but Atanga Jina one of we know. No, this is a Capo Daniel talk say Atanga Jina one of we. Atanga Jina our own, really? How? Now the person did justify and talk say, but you see that people they did it so for they just work with that government that they give you intelligence. Let me say, sometimes I feel so bad for some of these who are big brother them. Like the mindset, it be so disgraceful, it be so shameful. See a person will come from outside and he will take a criminal, an agent of genocide, an agent of terrorism, okay? A murderer like a Tanganji Paul. He go tell you, say, now one of we. And then he go justify and say, but, say that person did it so no. All the refugees them, all were internally displaced them. Some of them, they keep like 50 of them for their house. So now the reason that, because he go for his own village, he go kill people there, burn houses, and then he force those people there, may they can't stay for his place. You use them as an excuse for talking to do humanitarian work, because it caused a problem for displaced people there, for destroy their lives, and therefore make them be dependent for ye. And then you will justify another reason that they call it our own. When they be responsible for those people, their displacement. And they be responsible for those people, their hopelessness. Those people, their homelessness. And they be responsible. So you fit understand the mindset. And I actually be, sometimes I usually watch this thing and you just feel like, man, just turn them off. But I get a part of me and I say, I feel learn something from this. I feel learn something from this. I feel learn something from this because it helped me for understand human behavior. As a person, we don't spend a lot of time for understand human thinking and human behavior. I feel learn something for give me an understanding of why these people they get these kind of belief systems. Of why these people they get this kind of belief system. And I live there. I feel ashamed on behalf of this big brother. I feel ashamed for being for a place, for the talk that kind, put that kind, expose myself, expose my double standards. I want independence, but I look as an Atanganji, where the person talks, he want independence, but they still consider Atanganji Paul like a brother. And that same person will still continue consider Dion Ngute like a brother. And that same person will still continue consider Lily Lafrique like a brother. And that same person will still consider Okala Bilal like a brother. And I guarantee you, the way these people that they think, the day where Dion Ngute will come to America, you will see that person will dress very nice and he will actually wear country clothes, and you will see, will go shake Dion Ngute hand. Go shake Atanganji Paul hand. Now those type of people, them when they meet up person like Regina Mundi, they go rush for good day. Regina Mundi not be one of your own. Atanganji Paul not be one of your own. Nijo Frundi not be one of your own. Okay. Any colonial administrator where it is see what you dey go through, it be part of the cause of your pain, your suffering. Your depression, your losses of your relatives, or maybe your children, or maybe your husband, maybe your brother, maybe your sister. Now those people they be responsible for. And any person we consider a person, we don't cause you that kind of pain for your life. Say make you consider it as a brother, that person they craze. Maybe that person is smoke banger. We're not been a bad team for some people then. Maybe that person is smoke cocaine. I want to end my message by informing all now. Yesterday for night, from inside the city of Bamenda, the Ambazonia Defense Forces Bamenda Brigade, one of our brigade them, for inside Bamenda, will get Ambazonia Governing Council get 5 brigades of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, then where they surround Bamenda. So one of our brigade them, last night, they get intelligence. Say Atanganji Paul, one of a relative, die. And they do the die for inside Bamenda. And the Cameroon occupation forces, they be there around for make sure say things they work as safe, because they know say our forces they enter for the place. For tell Atanganji Paul and all those who will be connected to Atanganji Paul, for tell them who be the authority of the land. For tell them say there is no space within Ambazonia. Anything will be connected to Atanganji Paul and any of La République du Cameroon, their colonial collaborators. There's no space for them for Ambazonia. Yesterday, this morning, when I woke up for hear another news, say another big fish of the occupier don't be picked up. They get their log yesterday. But the forces, they show their presence and they make their authority may be known for night, for place where that die house ceremony will take place. There is nothing will happen within the Ambazonia territory where our forces they don't know. Our forces they are on very high alert and we monitor all intelligence channels. What will happen for Mundi? It will happen for many of them. And Mundi began to lock. That mistake no will ever happen again. any traitor, any enabler, when now you be responsible for the destruction of Amazonia, you be responsible for the death of 30,000 Amazonians and more, and you be responsible for the displacement of Amazonians, when most of them didn't have refugees. Any of them, will they ever enter the Amazonian territory, whether not for night, for morning, or for afternoon, our defense forces, they go pick them up. And we know here what will happen. We know here, it will take 48 hours, it will take 24 hours. Once they pick you up, you know go breathe within 24 hours. You know go ever again. Waiting happen for Monday. Now a big lesson for all the forces. Dion Ngute himself no. Okay? The few only enter Amazonia for night. Okay. Now I talk about song. We hear say 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Paul Biya make Porter song the person in charge of reconstruction in the midst of a war, right? So Mr. Porter song, Okala Bilai don't go for inside the Bialem. The place where you come out and the place where you talk say you want to reconstruct them. You go for the Bialem, you go cry. He cry. He cry. Porter song, waiting don't happen for Mr. Reconstruction. Okala Bilai don't go for Boya. For Libialem, he cry. While Dion Ngute make propaganda for Equinox, Okala Bilai there for CRO TV, they cry, say La Republique, he don't lose the war for Amazonia. So, about a few days ago, we hear say Mr. Porter song, he don't call all the Libialem elites. May they go meet on for Boya. Porter song, I think say you talk say Cameroon, if they don't make peace return, things don't come back for normal. If things they come back for normal, Portason, you come on the BLM. If you call all the BLM elites, the capital of the BLM, na Menji, not be na Boya. Why una di go hold una own peace conference na for Boya and not for Menji? Oh, Portason, I forget. I beg. Portason, wait. Portason, wait. Just wait. Portason, wait. Just wait. Not be you talk say Paul Biya don't give decentralization, and therefore every division, if you manage your own affairs, okay, Portason. So why, if you believe for decentralization, why the peace conference for the people of the BLM it will go take place at Boya and not in the BLM? If you believe for decentralization, now just a question of Portason. So Portason, how market for reconstruction? I hear say as you don't go around for the construction, how market? When I don't come out for from how they call them, from disarmament commission to Grand National Dialogue, from disarmament commission and then to commission of bilingualism. Oh, the problem will be solved now by disarmament commission. Oh, no, disarmament will solve the problem. The problem is bilingualism. The French people don't understand the English people. The English people don't understand the French people. So, former Prime Minister, Mr. Musonge, the Musonge Commission, I beg, try for create bilingualism commission here. And the problem that so that these English people, they go understand the French people, the French people, they go understand the English people. So, Mr. Musonge, now market. So don't come up from disarmament. Oh, the problem is disarmament, right? From disarmament to this to bilingualism commission. Oh, the problem, you know what? No, not in a disarmament. No, not in a bilingualism commission. The problem is grand national dialogue. No, not be grand national dialogue. Oh, we need to give the people a special status. No. No. Okay, we talk about that special status. And then the same thing will tell them, and the same thing will tell the other 10 regions, right? Oh, we'll tell them, so we'll give the House of Chiefs. And then, yes, all the other 10 regions, until they get something similar like House of Chiefs, right? Oh, conciliator. Yeah. The person will be between the region and the presidency, right? Just like now and then that same conciliator will be controlled by the colonial governor, right? Then yeah. Now my tell when what happened for Biya. When I do one go really make una laugh. So the Cameroon colonial state, it be so full of bullshit, and the people they need to even be ashamed of their own bullshit. So recently, as all una know, they don't create their colonial house of parliament, their colonial regional parliament, right? So they create one for all, they create each for all the 10 regions, all right? And then they create one for what they call, I say, Northwest, and then they create one for Southwest. They don't build some house for Biya. They take all these people and they put them there, and they say that they be regional parliamentarians. And then they don't create one for Biya. So interesting thing don't happen for Biya. So over the last 1 year plus, the budget we pour Biya, the so-called decentralization, where they take them, they give them for these fake institutions, okay? Fake institutions. The budget, where they give them as their budget for the entire region. The budget not even pay the salary of all the members of that House of Regional Assembly. When I hear this one. So, that means the budget. Imagine, say, okay, they still say they want to practice decentralization, right? Fake decentralization. And then they create this regional budget. But the budget where they give each of these regional parliament, the budget not feel correct for pay the people their salary and their staff their salary for a year. So, and then the people then for Biya now, the one for Biya, they say, hey, okay. Well, we understand something they call and say corruption. We learn from Biya, we learn from Dion Ngute, we learn from Matanganji, right? We learn from Mokala Bila, and we learn from Cameroon. Okay. So for about 1 year and a half, we probably don't create this fake regional assembly, with these fake impostors them. So they don't come now. For 1 year and a half, the people they never fit for tell the people them. Waiting, they fit offer them. They never fit for tell each of those councils how they fit give those councils water from their budget. They never fit for tell each of those divisions how they fit help them. When I know what they do, when I hear this, the colonial regional assembly for Biya, they don't go borrow. They create an institution. It never reach 1 year and a half. That institution, it never fit build one tap, one community tap for give a community tap water for drink. A small community, even within the urban centers, they never even fit for build one single tap for 1 year and a half. So these people, they don't go borrow 2 billion CFA for do it. They no one use them for build water. They no one use them for build schools. They no one use them for build clinics. They no one use them for help the people then. They go borrow 2 billion for what? They don't go borrow 2 billion CFA for African Development Bank for build what? For build hotel. So, well, a colonial regional assembly, after 1 year in function, would never fit for build one small tap for community. They don't go borrow 2 billion CFA for African Development Bank for big hotel. What did they want to do with the hotel? Oh, we want big hotel where all we're meeting them. Now for go the whole up. Ambazonia. So I hope say we not get the message. All these things now for manipulate the people them. Now fake institutions. They be so fake and so empty. And through their activities, it expose the emptiness and the fakeness of these impostors. And they know it. Now they don't go borrow 2 billion. Say they want to be hotel. So that then they would host all their meeting there, they would hold up for that inside that hotel, and then they would stay there like their offices. So I want to ask you, now where you fit into this agenda? Who say you fit in? Into all these things then? Who say you fit in? Now for who say they feed you in? They not borrow 2 billion CFA. They not borrow and for say, hey, for all the bridges, for our communities, where the community people they make our plan. These 2 billion, if he help we for build bridges, for save people their lives. And as we now know for rainy season, the rain when it fall plenty, it is sweep all these bridges. And this community they be cut off until they find ways, use their axe, use their cutlass, use their bare hands, use their engine saw, chainsaws, go cut stick, mboma, tree them, fell them, roll them, chain them, drag them, push them, make their own bridges. So you see the manipulation? Now tell Dion Ngute say the deal with the Lucas also. The deal with the Capo Daniels. When I tell you, when I tell Pobia say the deal with the Asu Lucas and the Capo Daniels. I not be Matt Barretta. I not be J. Carr. I not be Crisano. I not be Sako. When I tell Dion Ngute say the deal with Dr. Lucas Cho Ayaba and the Amazonian people. When I tell those colonial house of chiefs, we work on them. The forces they will visit them one by one. For both the Savannah states and the Atlantic states, they will hear from our forces. Every single one of them will stay inside Amazonia. They will be arrested. And they will face the consequences for acting and being an impostor, for enabling genocide, colonialism, occupation, terrorism, massacre, and the destruction of the Amazonian people. Every single one of them will be an accessory to the Cameroon occupation state and for give false legitimacy to the Cameroon colonial state. They will pay for their crimes. Una get a good night. My name is Lucas Asu. I'll be the Executive Press Secretary for the Ambazonia Governing Council. As always, we hope say tonight will not only empower, equipped, inspire, and give una hope and confidence. But I hope say una learn one or two things. For every single time we'll get a chance, we'll get a discussion, we'll get an interaction. When I share this YouTube podcast, when I know every time I get more time, I will make sure say I bring on the latest updates and bring on a better education on many different subjects. We own that responsibility for keeping us informed about how things are working. I think in my next outing, maybe tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or same time, it will be about for expose the colonial within the international system and for tell in a place where which it go on between Cameroon, Russia, and Cameroon and France, and which it go on within the international system with regards to Ambazonia. I'll bring that education sometime tomorrow or within the week. As always, I love Una the most. I send my love out, especially to Ambazonia picking them, for all my media and papa them. Una stay strong, our liberation they find. Cameroon they on its knees, and we'll crumble them. We'll crumble them. Make una stay strong. Una take care of each other, and I'll be very hopeful. Make una get a good night. May God bless una. I go sleep. I'm on sleep time this.